Hello dears, and welcome back to the channel Benidorm by Ana, where we share with you a lot of interesting and useful information from Benidorm town and Spain in general. Today we are on the popular and favorite beach for many tourists, Levante Beach here at Benidorm, and I will show you how the beach is recovering right now from all the storm, all the rain and all the wind that we've had here the previous days, the previous weekend, and there is still a lot of work to be done, I must say. But before that, I want to let you know about the latest video, about the news update. A lot of people are really confused still on what is actually going on with all the restrictions. You know, if you need to put the certificate, the vaccination, what is happening, because Spanish newspapers, they do say that you don't need anything at all, that all the controls have been scrapped. There's nothing at all at the airports. However, British news as well as Spain Travel Health, they only mentioned that no travel form on their website is needed and no QR certificate from their website is needed to travel. And everyone were so confused on what's going on, if third countries, including UK, still need something or if it's not the case. So yesterday at night until probably midnight, I was checking all the Spanish newspapers once again to make sure that the information that I read was correct, and then seeing that all this information was actually correct, that the controls have been eliminated at the airports, I tried to call the Spain Travel Health official Spanish line, although at midnight obviously they were not able to attend my call. I called them this morning at 8:30, and I've talked to one of the ladies in the call center and I've explained to her the situation, that it's actually really strange and there's contradictory information everywhere going on, and it's just hard to know what is true and what is not any longer with all these restrictions, you know, especially because Spain said on Thursday, they said they will be postponing the restrictions further on until November. And next Monday, in like literally 4 days later, they put that controls are over and that no Spain Travel Health form website will be working any longer. You know, it's not necessary. So she told me basically that first of all, and as I've posted on the community tab here on the channel as well, first thing that she told me is that effectively Spain Travel Health website will now not longer be operative and you won't be able to register there because it's not necessary. So no future form on Spain Travel Health website is necessary, and no QR form is necessary from there. Second of all, I've asked her about the certificate for third countries. What she told me is that third countries still, she recommends people to bring their certificates. What I asked was, if airports have eliminated controls, what is the sense of bringing the certificate if there is no one who will be checking those? Her answer basically was that it's true that Spanish airports are eliminating sanitary control. So there are no longer these like tables on the entrance where you pick up your luggage, where usually they were checking all your documents. However, she did mention that still for third countries, every now and then they might do just simple checks. So people behind you, they might pass, but then for you, they'll come and say, can you give me your vaccination certificate, or do you have any certificate with you? And this is like random control, totally random control. A lot of people will be passing through without anything at all required, but then for some people, they might stop them and ask for the documents. I've also asked her, okay, so in this case, if they will be asking the documents randomly, what happens if a person does not have any kind of documents with them? What she said is that if a person is traveling with any kind of document that is not valid in Spain, or they directly don't have any kind of documents, what the control people might do is to ask them to sign a specific paper saying that they don't have COVID and they like a responsibility declaration. Second thing, that they might ask them to do the antigen test at the airport and wait for the negative results to show down, and then you'll be free to go basically. And third of all, they might take your temperature, they might check you up like with just on your by your look, and if everything's fine, they'll let you go. And the other thing is that they might not even check up on you, so you might just pass freely. So it's kind of like a lottery, she said. She recommends to bring the paperwork, but if you don't have any, they won't be able to deny you any kind of entrance. It's way more relaxed right now, so even though it still states that it's recommended, it's kind of needed for the certificates. She said that since there are no controls, it's quite probable that no things will be checked out at the airport. But if you want to bring antigen test, it's less than 10 euros. It's like really, really cheap. You can do so. However, if you're coming to the airport and you'll be asked, you don't have anything, they might do one there, or they might just check your temperature and let you pass. No entry denial will be happening at the airport. So I hope with this one, we got cleared out a little bit more on what is actually happening. Spain Travel Health has confirmed this to me directly today, this morning, 21st of September. So I really, really sincerely hope that this will help a lot of you to make the decision whether to travel or not right now to Benidorm. And now let's start our tour down the Levante Beach. We start our video right here on the beginning of the Levante Beach, and as you can see, there's a lot of people right there just watching the beautiful Mediterranean Sea. Right here yesterday, there was yesterday and all the days before that, there were these lines saying that local police not to cross over because it was definitely really, really difficult situation in here. As you can see, all this has been just thrown away. All the palm trees, look at that, you can see everything underneath the sand. What they did is they've eliminated the walking paths of wood, which by the way, some of them directly just don't exist anymore. Look at this. All this is closed as well because it's quite unstable right now, so you cannot actually pass through here. However, the beach itself is quite clean. They were cleaning all the first line of the Levante Beach all these last couple of days. So they managed to level it up a little bit so that people will be able to come to the first line of the beach once again. But I do have a slight feeling that it's slightly closer than it normally was. Here, this walkway is runway to go towards the beach is also closed because as you can see, it took everything out up until the cement, like built in structure support, which is just crazy. So people use other entries basically to go to the beach because it's not possible to use these ones. Obviously, all this will be done shortly, hopefully throughout the next week maximum. All this will be changed and all this will be restored back again because it's just massive damage. Look at this. The storm was supposed to be epic those days. It's one of the strongest rains, by the way, in the last at least few years in a row. That's where you usually clean your feet as well with the water. It's also damaged, just went down, just collapsed basically because there was no sand underneath it anymore. So it's really unstable structure. Wow. All the rest of the places, they're working perfectly fine. They were not affected as much because this area of the Levante Beach, it's slightly wider than Rincon de Lodge, so this place basically it's not affected. As you can see, they did put already all the sunbeds bags, all the umbrellas, the paid sunbeds, the lifeguard box, like everything is here, so there are no huge major changes. It's not like it's a truly catastrophe here, and you're not able to use the beach any longer. Everything is here, so don't worry, you will be able to enjoy our lovely Levante Beach if you will be coming here to the area. By the way, there's plenty of space right now, even on the first line of the beach, as you can see. More than enough for people to come. And the sunbeds, mostly they're occupied by tourists or those who don't like to lay on the sand. And it's basically all the front line, so it's the first line. All the rest of them are just empty, as they were throughout the vast majority of the days of summer, I must say. Still don't feel that it was necessary to put so many sunbeds in here, but obviously it's profitable for the company. so lovely here today. And actually I'm not 100% surprised, but I just thought it's going to be slightly less people in here. Although right now it's 10:20 in the morning, by the way. And there's just a lot of people here. It's just crazy how many people there are. Taking into consideration we're almost in October, so. Wow. A lot of people are going bike riding. By the way, it's quite, I don't want to say cold because it's not cold, obviously, but it's around 24 degrees right now, which is just ideal weather, you know, just to walk around, to enjoy these lovely views, to go to the beach, to go swimming, you know, just visit all the viewpoints, or just have a walk throughout all the Levante beachfront, you know, which goes up until the Old Town, which is right there in front. By the way, not so long ago, I did film for you the Old Town during the rainy, cloudy day. I'm gonna put this linked here down below in the comments so that you would be able to see how it actually looks like. But definitely surprised. Especially I was surprised with this. We have, it's a school year right now, so obviously it's Wednesday today. When I'm filming it, the same day you'll be seeing it. And there are a lot of children in here, which is really, really strange because it's a work day, it's a school day, and I don't get how come there's so many children here. Just heard. These are from Ukraine. They were talking in Ukrainian. So these are from Ukraine, I suppose. Maybe they're from kind of a school that's doing like a getaway, you know, for the school, like a small excursion towards the beach to distract children a little bit. Probably that will be the case. That's why they're here. This is one of the areas that also suffers the most usually when we have a storm or when we have like a lot of rain in Benidorm. This is how would you call it? It's like subfloor pipes that go in here through this platform, and this area that suffers usually the most. In summer they did bring a lot of sand in here, so this was kind of connected. These two ways were connected, so you could freely pass from this side to the other side. But right now, this is the old road that was used to bring boats towards the sea, actually, because you can see how it's being put with all the rocks. Look at this. It's crazy. It's actually really, really nice. This was used long time ago when here in Benidorm there was no tourism and it was like fishing village. Wow. Just stones up until mid-beach in here. Obviously they're probably not gonna do anything with it up until summer season will be over, you know. So this is how it's gonna stay. This here almost broke down. As you can see, it also has all the cement, like parts of there, they're more than visible. But all the rest, surprisingly, is on its place. And the rest of the Levante beach is also perfectly fine. There is absolutely nothing. Only at the end of the Levante beach near the Old Town, there are some damages as well. But all this part, it's way further on from the beach. As you can see, the beach is wider in here, which is why you don't really see any kind of damage. Just maybe a little bit on here where you clean the feet after the sand. But apart from that, nothing major is happening, and Levante Beach is recovering quite fast speed from the storms. This is the Levante Beach today on Wednesday, 21st of September, after quite a rough weekend of storm and rain. And as you can see, it's not as bad as we thought it might be. A lot of people are using the beach and everything is being cleaned and restored as soon as possible to ensure that people are still able to enjoy our Levante Beach during last warm months of this year. We'll see each other already on Friday with some more latest news. Bye everyone!